Okay, so the steps are out, and today I'm going to continue with the piping removal. Luckily, I haven't got to take out that one. It goes into the clarifier. That's cool. I just don't know whether to replace that or not. I mean, it's okay. It seems to be working. Don't mess with it if it's okay, I suppose. I'll probably replace that one though. So that dodgy T-piece there. So that 22mm. I mean, I'm taking this out anyway. So that runs all the way around to these caps that I cut off there. So that's the aim anyway. Yesterday as well, I did myself loads of labels. So what I want to do is label up all the cables, existing and new, when I put them in. But yeah, I did myself all these yesterday to pop around the ends of my cables. Quite a few there. That's another thing I'll try and do today if I can. I'm totally running out of storage, so I'm going to be quick. I didn't film it. My other phone's gone. My X3's full, and I've got 98% left on this. But the heating pipes are out. So yeah, the header tank is just capped off, and it's capped off at the clarifier as well. So yeah, my flow and return are intact there. I don't think I'm going to change those, to be honest. I'm going to leave those at it. But I'll start connecting onto them and just do the rest of the system then. So that's that. Just only a minimal amount of water spilt. I'm quite happy with that result. Now it's the hot water and cold water after I've got rid of this lot. Okay, so after using several bin liners, well, probably about half a dozen, and puppy pads, the only water damage really is that bit there. That's pretty good going to say that we had a boat full of water in our heating and hot water, cold water system. Everything else is pretty much okay. There were some drops before him. I can't remember where it was now. Toilet maybe. I can't remember. But anyway, all the pipes are out now. Everything. The calorifier's capped off. I'm going to leave those clips and hoover this all out. It's all grimy underneath there, so I want to clean all of that. Make sure that that's all okay for when we start reinstalling all of the pipework. So yeah, I'm going to give it a really good clean. That's the rest of my cold and hot water. Job's a good one. What did I say? That I didn't get anything wet? Oh, look at that. What an absolute plonker. So I had a piece of 15mm. I think you can see it there. Yeah, it was fairly new. I bought that like not long ago just to drain some of the water out of that duck hatch at one point, you probably remember. But I thought I'll reuse that because it's new, and I cut it off and I forgot to drain it out. So I brought it back onto the boat, just swinging it around like it's just empty, and it was full of water. So puppy pads to the rescue. What a donut. I can't believe I've done that after all that care. Ah well, it is what it is. Oh, I need to hoover up. Heating pipes have been installed. Wasn't too bad. So I'll need boxing in afterwards. And then my hot and cold for the sink has also been installed and running all the way down to where the stove is going to be. So I've cut them off there because they'll obviously need to be connected to the back boiler there, but then I'll tee off this direction with my heating and hot and colds to pick up the expansion vessel and the clarifier, and to also then run a hot and cold feed all the way down to the shower. And then at the other end of the boat there'll be the water tank, so the hot and cold feed will run through there, underneath there, into the shower, and that can feed that. And then the water tank, which is just here at the front, will then have a water pump attached, which is next to it, the new one in the box, which has got an accumulator in, and then that will run down and pick up the shower point, which will then tee into that pipe and supply the rest of the boat. So as you can see, everything is on this side of the boat. The port, is it the port side? Yeah, the port side. So I'm going to then have to move everything over to the starboard side of the boat. I've also bought the copper pipe because I'm going to tee into the radiators with the 15mm pipe, and then with the 22mm pipe you need to have 6 foot of copper pipe from the actual, I was going to say log burner then, from the actual diesel stove itself. So I don't know whether you've got to go 3 foot that way, 3 foot that way, or you have to run 6 foot this way and 6 foot that way. I'm a bit unsure about that. So I've got one piece which is 2 meters, which is more than 6 foot, so it should be adequate enough, but I don't know in which way that's got to be configured. So I've got to speak to the stove supplier to see what we got to do there. In fact, I might need to buy another piece. I don't know whether that's on the flow and the return, or is it just on the flow with the heat output. I don't know. But it's not going to be too much of hard work to get another piece of pipe. That's as far as I've got for now. I think I'm going to call it a day. I'm going to pack up. I'll probably move some stuff over the boat actually, which will leave this side ready for me to go at tomorrow, because everything on that side, on the starboard side, is done now. So if I start clearing to work on the port side, I can get the rest of the pipe work in, and Bob's your uncle. Back at the boatyard again. So you're going to be able to tell what I'm up to just by this mess on the floor. I will get it up in a minute because it's doing my head in already. I've been basically stripping out all the cables and labelling them up. I've left one, well, apart from the speaker wires, I've left one circuit in, which you can see there, the blue and black. That goes all the way to the water tank, and I need to connect up our new pump at some point, so I want to leave those in place for the time being, and everything else really is just drag wires. I know where everything is here now at this point, and I can trace it back easily then to the fuse board. Right, today, so I've fitted some more 25mm by 20mm bead trim, whatever you want to call it. It won't be trim, would it? It'd just be beading, I suppose. In all of the spaces where I can. I've got to fit some in here. I've just clipped this actually. I've cleaned, well, I can't say I've cleaned. I've moved everything over to the right hand side where I finished that beading off. I've clipped all the way along now to the water tank and took out the electric cable which was there and pulled it out with the flexible conduit at the same place as where the waste pipe is, so the gulp pump is going to go there. One other thing that I've started to do, if you hadn't noticed it already, was to start installing this. So this is our water pump, and it's also got an accumulator. I'm hoping it's the right size. A lot of people seem to fit the big ones. The old pump's there, it's not got an accumulator next to it, it's not got a water filter. So with this pump kit, it's pretty cool actually. I got it off eBay for 150 quid. It's brand new, but the person just didn't want it. So there's a filter that come with it, which is just here. That wasn't on the connection. I've just put that in, and it recommends that you have an entry point like so. So it's almost like a a back entry to where the accumulator and the pump are, as you can see there. So it says to put this on a 19mm board, which I think that's a 22. If it's 18 it'll be big enough anyway, because I'm going to put it on another board. But I've also put some sound deadening mat at the back of it as well, just to cushion it a little bit if it does vibrate and ends up coming loose. It'll cushion, I suppose, on that. That's my theory anyway. So the choice of yellow board is just a personal reminder for me of what the boat colour was like in the past. I'm going to make it. It's from, where was it from? I think it was by the galley. There was a cupboard, and oh, that was right, the steps wouldn't lift up because there was a piece of wood in the way, and this piece of wood was screwed back, and it's just like an access hole to the cupboard, but it wasn't really serving any purpose. But as a constant reminder of what the boat was like, I'm going to hide this away just in there.
Hello.
Hello. What are we doing today, Shell?
Electrics.
Electrics. What are we doing?
Wiring.
Wiring. What wiring? What are we looking at?
Sockets.
Sockets. We got there.
It's like a school day. So what we're doing today? Not maths.
We're doing socket. Yeah, not maths. Maths sucks. Oh, I like maths. I enjoyed it. We're doing sockets today, aren't we?
Yeah.
We're trying to work out how the boat's wired as far as the sockets go. And I still can't quite work it out yet. It looks like it's wired in a ring main, but it's only controlled by a 16 amp fuse. And yeah, we've got to investigate further. But right, so we're going to crack on. I'll put the thing on the pole so it can film us, and yeah, we'll crack on. So these two here, where the red cables are together, that's the lives for the ring main. There's the neutrals, and then the earth's just here. The end earth is not being used at all, and the incoming is from the inverter, the top cable, and then the bottom cable comes from this shoreline power, and I think that's pretty much how it's wired. Right, folks, I've managed to get the video all free off my mobile phone, which means I can film more. And I've got one of those Insta360s. I don't know whether you can even see me. I've got one of those Insta360s, and my brother was like, yeah, you should get one of these, they're really cool. And I don't like it. It uses too much memory. The battery's okay, but it just goes after a certain amount of time. I mean, you can keep it on charge if you wanted to, but it uses an absolute extortionate amount of space, memory space, because of the quality of the video. It's just, I don't know, it's just a bit too high tech for me. There's nothing more simple than having a mobile phone with lots of memory that you can just wipe off and add onto the computer as and when, and the file sizes aren't as extortionate as an Insta360 X3. So I'm going to sell it probably. Sorry, brother. And yeah, we're well, I'm here today and hoping to finish off some of the pipe work. I'll try and bring you with me if I can, so you can see. But I used all of the. I bought 50 meters of John Guest 15mm pipe, and then I purchased 22mm pipe. I bought 25 meters of that and thought I would have enough, and I didn't. And I couldn't find anywhere that sold 10-meter coils, or 10-meter packs. And I managed to find one eventually on eBay. So if you're ever struggling, I mean, they come 2 days later as well, which is pretty cool. But if you're struggling to get shorter lengths, you can get them on eBay. I'll put a link if I can to the shop on this video, just so just so you could go to it if need be, because that's all I need. I need 10, well, I say that, hopefully. I need 10 metres of 22mm and I need 10 metres of 15. I've already got 4 there, so that should hopefully finish off the rest of my pipe work for the heating, and then I can second fix all that later when Charles decided what radiators to buy, because I've got a funny feeling she's going to spend an absolute fortune on. She showed me one the other day and it was 500 quid. Scared the living daylights out of me, but there we go. So yeah, let's get piping. Okay, I've left the heat in for a bit by the calorifier. I'm just going to confirm a couple of things about the return pipe from the stove company, so I don't want to get it wrong. But we've got the 15mm to put in here. This is from yesterday. Alrighty then. I'm going to be making this up as I go along, I think. Right, so let's use my drill. And it's roughly around there. Sorry about that. I just needed to see if I've got enough pipe for the top of the boat. I've first fixed all of the pipe in there, so it's all in situ, ready to go, ready to be connected. I've labelled up the colds black and the hots red. I've left them there for the stove ready as well to be fitted. So that's the first fixing done. So now it's just a case of joining all the bits together, which I'll do, but for now I'm going to call it a day. I've got a call, well, I can't call it a day yet, I've still got work to do, and I've got a call at 5 o'clock with Martin, the Narrowboat electrician. We got a Zoom call to talk about wires, and yeah, looking forward to that. So I better crack on, draw for a bit. Good morning, folks. Oh, don't I look heavenly? All that bright light. So, back on the boat again. I had a good call with the electrician last night. Martin, the Narrowboat electrician. You'll find him on YouTube. I'll put a link as well on a video. I had another call with him last night, which went well. Answered a lot of questions that I had for him. I had about 22 altogether. I think he was a bit shocked. It was like quiz time it was for electricians. So I think I'm at a point now where I'm okay with putting all of the circuits together. I managed as well this morning, which we've both struggled to find actually, but after making a few calls, I've managed to find the fuse board supplier that originally made the fuse board for our boat, and Martin's been after that for some time as well, so it's helped us both out. We've got the link now. We've got a manufacturer. I've brought a 14 or 6 no, I bought a 16-way board. I was struggling for spare ways on my fuse board or breaker board, and I was just struggling. It's going to be a bigger panel, but I've bought one now, and I'll have spare ways so I can fit as many circuits as I like, as many as I want, which is good news. I'm happy about that. I can redo the cable sizing and stuff for the toilet and for the gulp pump, and yeah, that's pretty much it as far as my electric talk went yesterday. Today I'm going to be doing a little bit of second fixing. I think I've first fixed pipes in, as you can see in the shower there. I've first fixed some pipes in yesterday, but I'm going to neaten all those up today and install some isolation valves. So they're like emergency shut-off valves, the push-fit ones. I don't know why I like those. Well, no, in fact, I do know why I like those. It's because I haven't got to get a screwdriver to isolate them. You can just do it by hand. So it's not lazy, it's just quick. If I needed to get to that, I haven't then got to start rooting through a toolbox to find a terminal screwdriver, to then go back to the leaking pipe and shut it all off. I can just twist the valve and it's off. No trouble at all then, is there? So I've got a few of them to fit, and see how else we get on. I'm a bit short for time today because I've got to work this afternoon and tonight. So okay, so the shower's connected up now. The only one concern I've got is with these taps. They operate at 65 degrees, and I'm sure the hot water gets even hotter sometimes, so I may have to put a coupler on, go onto copper and have a copper isolator instead. But anyway, I'm just going to look that up. I think that's going to be the case though. Everything else is fine with the cold, but as you can see, I've labelled them up, hot and cold. So this is my shower. I'm also then going to cut a hatch here on the other side of the wall for an inspection hatch and to get to my gulp pump and stuff on the other side. I just feel as though it's an important area to concentrate on for maintenance and stuff. It's probably one of the most common places where leaks can occur, and I just want to make sure that I've gone to town in trying to mitigate any risk. So go belt and braces on it. So that's the shower. I've done the kitchen connections, so they're all sorted now. They're all good to go. Again, I've labelled them up, cold and hot, so they'll be under the sink, those isolation valves, to get to if there's any problem. That's what we've got so far. Shut off for a bit.